Hello, welcome to our new tutorial, Creating with Christi. We are using a Baby Bee Sweet Delight 3 this time. I'm going to be doing this shrug. It's a baby shrug, and it is for a little bit bigger baby, so we're not talking little here. Our dress that we were doing was the Mary Maxim dress, and we did this dress on the live. So here is a picture of the shrug. So I'm just doing the 12 to 18 months, but I'm using a little bit bigger hook. We're using a 7, so mine's coming out size like 2. A little bit bigger. Yeah. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start this, and I'll break it up into a couple videos. But I kind of want to do it almost beginner also. So I'm going to start out with a chain of, I believe this is 116. So when I hold my yarn, I wrap my yarn like this, and I pinch my 2 fingers against where I'm working and try and lay it flat. So as I am doing that, I continuously move these fingers, but I'm not really pinching anything with my yarn. I just barely grab it here. Just barely. Just enough to give it some tension. But see how they lay flat. And it's due to keeping your 2 fingers pinched here. So that was just like a little tip that I realized the other day that I do. I keep moving that part of my work. So you're going to chain 116, and I will start working row 1. At the end of that 116, we're going to skip 3 of these chains. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and start in the 4th chain, which is this one. So you're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to put your hook in. Yeah, you're going to yarn over and put your hook in. So what I did was I yarned over, counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet, which is draw up a loop. Wrap the yarn again, draw through 2, and wrap the yarn again and draw through 2. So that is your double crochet first, and that is your beginning double crochet. They want you to count that as a stitch. So you will wrap your yarn again, go into the next stitch, and double crochet again. Notice how I move my 2 fingers to grab a hold of where that's going to be, to lay that as flat as you can. Wrap your yarn, enter into the next chain, wrap your yarn, bring through a loop, wrap your yarn, bring through 2 loops, wrap your yarn, bring through 2 loops. And every time I moved my two fingers to hold that still so it lays flat. Wrap your yarn, go into the next chain, wrap your yarn, bring up a loop, and grab that so it holds it still. So this way it's not flying around, you're holding it. Wrap your yarn, bring through 2. So they call this yarn over, yarn over. So we're going to continue to double crochet all the way across this row and end the row with 100, no, wait a minute, double crochet in 4th chain from hook, and in each one across 100 and, yeah. I wonder why they didn't, oh. Oh, okay. So in each of the next 14. So we're actually going to do 15 of these. And that's all. So your first one counts as 1. You're going to double crochet in the next 14, right? The next 4, yeah. So you'll have 15 total double crochets. So yes, I'm going to go a little bit farther here. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, I'm going to stop the video and come back after I have that whole row started. Okay, I'm back, and I had to read that pattern a little bit closer to realize that when they told me to double crochet in the 4th chain from hook, and that would be 2, and then double crochet in the next 14, you would end up with 16 double crochets, not 15. So that is a correction there. The next thing they want you to do is to make a V-stitch in the next chain. That'll be for your shoulder, or where it changes. So a V-stitch in this pattern is all in this same chain. So we're going to double crochet for our V-stitch, and we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to go right back in double crochet in the same chain for our V-stitch. So there is your first V-stitch. The next part of row 1 is to double crochet in the next 26 chains. So on a video, we tend to take a lot of time to double crochet 26 double crochets, and so I want you to notice that I do not like pick up and speed crochet. And the reason why I don't, and I was watching someone else saying something about how fast they crochet, and I want to warn new crocheters about the speed crochet. I don't speed crochet. There are numerous reasons why I don't. One of them is I would like my stitches to all be the same and uniform. You notice how they all lay flat and they're all the same size? Because I've found a medium speed that leaves my tension almost perfect. If I were to speed up and go fast, there's a chance that I'm going to have smaller stitches. And how I noticed it is in my chains. When I'm doing a chain, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll look at it and I'll stop and I'll look at it, and one of them will be tighter than the other. So I don't try to speed up anything. That's one of the reasons for my tension to always be the same. The second reason is because when you are trying to hurry, the calmness of the project that is supposed to make you feel calm goes out the window. And I'm no longer feeling like I'm calm and I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's got a little bit, a piece of a hair in there, and I wanted to pull that out. That's the other thing. You can catch your hair in your yarn and then you will see it and get rid of it. The other thing is your hands become tired or cramped, and the speed can make you not be able to crochet. So let's not have that happen. Let's see how many we have here. So that's your V-stitch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. So your first section is supposed to be 26. So let's go ahead and do 6 more together. And, you know, if you find a happy medium, then maybe your hands won't become fatigued. Also, I have been told that we should do some exercises in between, you know, stitches. So that is true. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 26. That will be our next V-stitch. So we did 16, then we did a V-stitch. Now we're doing 26. And we do another V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. The next section will be again 26 double crochets. And then we will match what it looks like on this side. So we will have 26 in the back, 26 on the shoulder, a V-stitch here, and 16 doubles to end that row number 1. And then we will do row number 2. Row number 2, I will come back and I will work rows 2 through 5 in the next time after I get to the end of this row. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back at the end of row 1, and this is our shrug now. So we have that shape. And here are your corners, and these are the V-stitches. So what we're going to do now is row 2. Okay, at the end of row 1, I should have said, is that we should have 115 double crochets and 4 chain 2 spaces. On each of the next rows of the shrug, we will be adding stitches. So row 2, you will chain 3. Now, I don't always do what it tells me to do. Sometimes I chain 1. It tells you to chain 3, turn your work, and this counts as your first double crochet. So then you will turn your work and start in the second and you will double crochet all the way across to your V-stitch. Now see what that does, that chain 3? It brings it up to the top, but it also bows it out like that. Okay, so let's go back to what they told us to do. They told us to chain 3. I am changing it to chain 1, and I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to do a double crochet right in that first double crochet, and as you can see, it works out just fine, and it just slants that top of your stitch for the next row, but it doesn't bow out. So that's I just do it. That's just the way I do it. So we're going to crochet across, double crochet across to your next chain 2 space. So one double crochet in every. So this beginning shoulders and bodice will be plain double crochets and no fancy stitches. When you get up to your chain 2 space, you're going to do a V-stitch. You're going to go right into the last one, and the V-stitch for this pattern is the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So in that chain 2 space, you're going to do a double, chain 2, and another double. Not all V-stitches are that way. Some are 1. This one happens to be 2. Then we're going to continue on and double crochet in every stitch until you get to your next chain 2 space. And in that one, you'll do another V-stitch. You'll continue that way all the way around, and then finish off with a double in the top of your chain 3 space that you started, which is right there. So that is the last stitch. It'll be in the top of the chain 3 space. That'll be the end of row 2. At that, you should have 123 stitches. And if I did this whole entire row and the next section with you, it would be a very long video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that video as part 1. You will continue on row 2 until you end with 8 rows of this same pattern, and the count will be 171 double crochets. That will be the end of row 8, and then we will start part 2. I don't know how many rows we will have in part 2, but for today I am going to call it a day and come back and work on this, and hopefully it won't be weeks on end. But I am going to be doing a vlog for the month of July, and this video will fall into that vlog, and I don't know what day yet, so I will talk to y'all soon. Take a moment out of each day. Be creative. Bye for now. Hi, I came back on because I had to make a correction. At the end of that last section before I said bye, I had said that we are going to do repeat row number 2 until we had 8 rows. That is not right. I had flipped the pages, and you are to do row 2 until you have 5 total rows. So as you can see, I'm done with row 3 now. So I will meet you back after you do 5 total rows here, and then we'll start part 2. All right. Sorry about that. Bye for now.